Just another example of the SNP completely fucking up. Can you tell that we don't like the SNP on this channel? Can you tell? I know it's you might not have got the message. I just don't like authoritarian arseholes, and I like to point out whenever they fuck up, because I'm doing my hardest to turn as many people against the SNP as I possibly can, because they absolutely need to be removed from power. And unfortunately, the only way that we have to do that is with elections. One man, one vote, and all that other bullshit. But here we go with the latest of all the fuck ups that the SNP have done. Namely, in this case, £70 million. It's just went missing. Nobody, nobody knows where it is. It seems. Nicola Sturgeon to be quizzed on 70 million of national insurance funding not given to councils. Councils across Scotland are waiting to receive the sum to pay the employer costs of the Tory government tax rise. Councils are in dispute with the Scottish Government over £70 million they say must be handed over to pay for higher national insurance costs. All 32 local authority leaders signed a letter around Christmas insisting that their funding was being cut by £371 million in real terms. They are scheduled to meet the First Minister this month and will raise objections about their cash settlement. It's understood a key issue will be funding the higher employment costs for councils as a result of the Tory government's national insurance hike. A council source said Scotland's share of the funding to pay for public sector bodies has been given to the SNP Green government, but has not yet been passed on to councils. So basically, one thing that the SNP do an awful lot is they bitch about England, they bitch about Westminster, they bitch about all that stuff, but they are more than happy to take massive payments uh, from the English government. And it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions every year. And this is another example of it. And very often that money does get misused. Like there's a certain hospital, just bullshit like trams and all this other like absolute nonsense. The SNP, and that money goes missing all the time. All the time money goes missing. However, the Sturgeon administration is arguing that the Treasury's block grant to Scotland does not identify funding for national insurance contributions. A Costler briefing seen by the Record argues that the Scottish Government has received the funding. The Costler spokesperson said, as it stands, the settlement makes no provision for the new burden of the national insurance contribution increase, estimated at a recurring 70 million for the Scottish local government workforce, including teachers. We know that the NHS in Scotland has been compensated by the Scottish Government for their increase in national insurance costs, while local government has not. And unlike councils in England and Wales, who have also been compensated for these, our costs will once again have to be taken from frontline services. We would ask why Scottish local government has been singled out for such unfair treatment on this specific issue. A Scottish Government spokesperson said the Scottish budget takes account of the full range of pressures across different areas and accordingly increases the local government settlement by over £900 million next year. I swear to God, man, government was such a fucking mistake. £900 million of stolen money. Look, taxes in government are when you pay £100 for £5 worth of service. That's what taxes in government is. The Scottish Fiscal Commission has highlighted the overall 2022-23 Scottish budget is 2.6% lower than this year's in cash terms and 5.2% lower after accounting for inflation because of reduced COVID-19 funding and falling capital funding from the UK government. And yeah, this isn't the first time this has happened, by the way. This has happened a lot of times. Basically, the SNP get given money and they're told this is for this specific purpose, and then they'll use it for something else completely different, or mysteriously a lot of it goes missing. There was actually recently an investigation into the SNP over certain funds that had gone AWOL, but of course the government is the ultimate arbitrator in every single conflict, even ones involving itself. Therefore, it does not give very fair outcomes to these arbitrations. So it's a case of this. It was literally a case of the government going, "We investigated ourselves, and we've established that we've done nothing wrong," and that there again is the problem. So yeah, just more complete fucking shadiness from the SNP.